welcome to my YouTube video on how to make a fuel filter ring removal tool for less than $10. $10 is the deluxe version. Less than $10, maybe $5 or $4, would be the basic version. So why am I doing this? I got an error code on my car, said that number 6 cylinder was misfiring. So what I've done is I've changed the spark plugs, and sure enough, number 6 was fouled. I changed the coils, didn't work. It still had the bad firing. So did a little bit more reading, and it said that it's probably your injectors. So I pulled my injectors out, pulled my fuel rail out, and took them to the injector cleaning people, and sure enough, one of the injectors was very bad. So this is the fuel filter ring that we're concerned about. And before we remove this, I do want to say a few things. I watched a few YouTube videos where gasoline was sprayed all over the interior of cars because the gas system remains pressurized when the car is off. So my fuel rail has been removed, depressurizing the system. Also, I've opened the gas tank and I've disconnected the battery, just not to take any chances whatsoever. And you'll see that I really don't want a car that smells like gasoline. So I've insulated the area with plastic, and I'm going to have a nice safe work zone. Okay, we've left my garage shop and now we're in my attic shop, and I'm going to show you the tools and the materials you're going to need to make this $5 or $10 fuel filter ring removal tool. So come in, please. We're going to need to measure. We're going to need to mark a few things. We're going to need a few screws. This is a 4-inch PVC fitting and a cap. We're going to need to do a little tooling with a drill bit. I got a piece of wood here, some hearing protection, eye protection, and these we'll talk about later. Clearly, we're going to work with PVC, and you can use any tool you like to cut PVC. There's probably 100 different tools. I'm going to suggest a grinder. I'm going to suggest a hacksaw, but for my purposes today, I'm going to use the chop saw. Okay, we're back in the car, and we're going to measure our retaining ring. And I've already measured it, but you want to measure, I'm getting about 4 5/8 inches here, maybe 4 7/8 if I want to engage the teeth. So guess what? PVC comes in almost every single size. This is a 4-inch coupling. The pipe will have one size, and then the coupling is going to have a size that's a little bit bigger. So I look at it, and guess what? It lines up just perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an imprint of the teeth by marking them with some of my daughter's paint. I'm going to set the PVC down as straight as I can, as centered as I can on the ring, for the purpose of making an imprint on the bottom side. And I'm going to lift up, and yes, I've got an imprint. Okay, we're back in my attic. We've got our PVC fitting with the imprints, and I'm going to mark with a Sharpie the center of each imprint. I'm going to move the imprints to the top of my work. Okay, so that's what it's going to need to look like. Next step, here we are. I've gotten a little bit ahead of us, but I'm going to show you what I've done. I've mounted a plug upside down on a piece of wood. I've taken a little bit of oil and I've oiled the threads. If you don't, it's going to seize up on you. And I've wiped off the excess oil. Now I have a working surface to tool my material. And hacksaw is just fine, grinder's just fine. There's 100 tools you can use. I'm going to use my chop saw. Okay, I've mounted my work, and as you can see, thanks to the oil, it does move. And as you can see, I've made one cut here. This is actually 3 cuts, one to the left of the mark, one to the center of the mark, and one to the right of the mark. Now I'm going to make about 12 more cuts, and we'll have a tool. And you can see that I have something that it would appear to work. Okay, we're back in the car. We have our fuel ring here. I still have the blue paint on it. So we're going to test this and see how it locks in. It looks like it locks pretty good. It's not quite sitting flush. See, I have some blue in some of the cuts, so I'm going to go clean it up a little bit, and I think we'll be good to go. Okay, we're back in the shop. I've taken my tool and I've deepened the cuts a little bit. I've also opened them up a little bit. That seems to help. It helps it fit in. Clearly this isn't machine shop grade. So let's take this and put it on, and look how snug that fits. I think this is going to work really well. I'm going to go up to the shop and to my attic shop and finish the next stage. Okay, I've assembled my tool. I'm going to show you what I've done here. If you remember the plug that I had here as my turntable, I took it off. I inserted it into the threaded end of my fitting. I then drilled some pilot holes, 3 pilot holes, and I inserted screws. Okay, so we're back in the car. I've got our tool fitted onto the ring. I don't have any adjustable wrenches big enough, but I've got these channel locks. So we're going to see if this is going to do the trick. So my plan is to push down on it to keep the teeth engaged while I turn it counterclockwise. Let's see how that works. This is not staged, folks. This is the real deal. Now, stay tuned. Just to wrap this up, I'm going to talk about ways that you can modify this for other vehicles or the difference between a $5 and $10 tool. I'll meet you back in the attic. We're back in my attic. Just for a wrap up, this is good for BMW, and it's probably good for just about any car that has a ring on the fuel filter or fuel pump, regardless of size. If we come over here, I'll give you just a brief discussion, and I'm also going to address a $5 option if $10 is too much for you. Okay, so this is the chart for Schedule 40 PVC. Google it. There's Schedule 80, there's Schedule 20. 20 is going to be too fragile. Schedule 40 is available in all your home stores. It's super cheap. You can just grab it right off the shelf. This is the pipe size. Clearly the pipe fits in here, so the diameter is larger for the fitting size. And then if you get the fittings with threads, it's even a little bit larger still. So you can accommodate just about any size ring with a PVC pipe or fitting. Now to the $5 option. This piece is about $5 if it doesn't have the threads. This is about $3. With the threads, this is $8. So this is a $10 option. If you only wanted to spend $5, you could just get a nice smooth coupling and follow all the same procedures, except you're not going to have this wonderful turntable here. And then instead of this, you're just going to drill a hole through your material, and you're going to insert a bolt or a broom handle, whatever you got laying around, and then you'll use that to turn your device. So $5, $10, or you can go online and order a knockoff for $60, or you can go to the BMW shop and you can order the real deal for $112. Your choice. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching my YouTube video. Please like my video, as I expect to get rich off of this. I'm looking for a new BMW, and I thank you in advance for your participation in helping me afford that.